watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
And good evening. I'm Annalisa Gale. Well, it was an icy morning, causing some issues for parts of the region. This is video on the left showing the ice-covered trees in Brookville, Maryland, but it later turned into a much improved day here in the DMV.
Meteorologist Brittany Ward is joining us now with the latest. And Brittany, people, they're certainly going to be happy to hear tomorrow's forecast, not to jump ahead.
Yeah, you know, tomorrow we are actually going to be seeing more peaks of sunshine across the area, and temperatures will be a tad bit warmer. We're going to be tracking upper 40s to lower 50s across the area. So satellite and radar is showing you we are starting to see those clouds begin to taper off. Partly cloudy skies will be the trend as we head through the evening, but notice that precipitation well off the coast of our area. We will be seeing a cold front begin to slide through as we head through your evening. Still going to be holding on to dry conditions, and then high pressure off to our west will begin to build its way in as we head into your Friday. Now, temperature wise, not looking too bad. We have started to warm up across much of the area. We're now sitting at 47 degrees in the nation's capital, 42 as you head over there to Hagerstown, up and down I-81. You guys are sitting in the lower 50s right now, and overall tomorrow we're going to be tracking upper 40s to lower 50s for your highs. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of that forecast and what to expect heading into the weekend, guys, coming up in just a bit.
All right, Brittany, thank you. Right now, thousands of people across Northern Virginia are without power after last night's wintry mix moved through the DMV.
Yeah, crews right now, they're out working in parts of Northern Virginia, including Arlington, Fairfax, Culpeper, and Fauquier counties.
DC News Now's Randy Bash joins us live alongside crews on Lee Highway and Falls Church. Good afternoon, Randy.
Yes, crews have been on scene here in Falls Church for hours, working to untangle power lines and get power poles put back up after this last night's storm moved through the area. But the impacts of that wintry mix were felt all over Northern Virginia.
I heard something pop again, this little block, just between like 28th and 26th, this little corridor of Roosevelt Street. We lose power a lot.
The lights went out in one Arlington neighborhood right around 9 o'clock this morning. Overnight, ice coating power lines and trees in the area, causing power problems for people living here.
My laptop's still running right now, and I got the mobile hotspot on my phone, so it's a little more challenging.
You guys staying warm?
It's getting chilly. It is getting chilly in there.
And here in Falls Church, another tangled tree line mess, blocked off by tape. Not much rain throughout the day, but still wet and slick as that ice started to melt. Aisha Khan with Dominion Energy says their crews and contractors are working through difficult conditions.
They're working to restore your power, to make sure your lights are back on, given Mother Nature and the inclement weather that we're dealing with. So definitely give them that room, that space, in order for them to be able to maneuver around, to get around the trucks, to get around to your neighborhoods.
Dominion also says it's hoping to have power restored to all across Northern Virginia by midnight tonight.
Well, I'm hoping it's sooner than that.
Now, some of that work going on here in Falls Church is a little bit more extensive. They are estimating power restoration here for this condo complex sometime overnight tonight. In Falls Church, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
All right, Randy, thank you. And that wintry mix also created some problems in Montgomery County today as well. Trees and power lines were knocked down, blocking some roads there. We'll have the latest on the cleanup efforts in just a few minutes. And don't forget, when we're not on air, you can keep track of the winter storm by scanning the QR right there on your screen. It'll take you directly to our weather page on DCNewsNow.com, or just head to our website, DCNewsNow.com/weather. While also breaking today, a federal judge halting President Trump's plan to buy out federal workers, at least for now.
A Massachusetts judge granted a limited temporary restraining order. It came hours before a midnight deadline for federal workers to accept the offer. DC News Now's Marielle Carbone joins us live from OPM with the latest. Marielle, good afternoon.
Hi, Mark and Annalisa. Well, we know that these federal labor unions have been urging workers not to accept this buyout. They have argued that it's illegal and that there's no guarantee that the government will actually comply with the agreement. It's why they've asked a federal judge to step in, and now that judge is halting the program, at least for now. Across the country and here in D.C., protests have erupted over the last week as President Trump moves forward with efforts to shrink the federal government.
I'm taking a risk and being bold and trying to get more federal workers to take a risk to speak out, because if we don't, then we're all going to lose our jobs.
But one major effort now on pause after a judge temporarily halted the administration from implementing its deferred resignation program, pushed in part by Elon Musk. The program offered eligible employees a buyout, promising them pay and benefits through September if they resign. The deadline to accept was set for 11:59 Thursday night, but Democratic lawmakers and labor unions have criticized the validity and legality of the program.
Whether it is the folks who've been furloughed or the people who are taking potentially Trump's illegal buyout offer, which there is no funding for at all, to think twice.
In a statement, the American Federation of Government Employees applauded the judge's decision, writing, "We continue to believe this program violates the law, and we will continue to aggressively defend our members' rights."
We encourage federal workers in this city to accept the very generous offer.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says 40,000 federal workers have already accepted the buyout.
If they don't want to show up to the office, if they want to rip the American people off, then they're welcome to take this buyout, and we'll find highly competent individuals who want to fill these roles.
So the judge today did not make any comments about the legality of the program, but he did set the next court date. That will be on Monday at 2 p.m. And the federal government is ordered to extend the deadline for federal workers to accept the offer until at least after that court date on Monday. Reporting live downtown, I'm Ariel Carbone, DC News Now.
Marielle, thank you. Meantime, Republican lawmakers met with President Trump today. They're trying to get on the same page to keep the government open and cut spending. House Republicans face a mid-March deadline to avoid a shutdown. The party says they want to pass legislation addressing immigration, national security, and tax cuts, but they're divided on how to get it done.
Well, new details this afternoon about a teen who died in a double shooting in Southeast Washington. It happened Tuesday night in the Congress Heights neighborhood. Officers arriving to 6th Street near Mississippi Avenue, where they found 17-year-old Isaiah Huggins suffering from gunshot wounds. He died at the scene. A second shooting victim, also a minor, was also taken to the hospital. He's expected to be okay. So far, no arrests have been announced.
In Virginia, a substitute teacher is out of a job after being accused of slapping a Dumfries student. Prince William County police say Amito Kumar Monday is charged with assault and battery after police say that he slapped a 6-year-old girl in a classroom at Covington Harbor Elementary. The girl is okay. The teacher was released on a court summons. And the principal at Covington Elementary says the school is committed to ensuring a safe and secure environment for every student, and she does not believe that the incident is reflective of the school.
And the district, now a long-awaited hospital in Ward 8, now has an opening date. Mayor Muriel Bowser announcing Cedar Hill Regional Medical Center will open April 15th. That new hospital will be on the St. Elizabeth's East Campus in Southeast Washington. It's part of a partnership between the district and Universal Health Services. The goal there is to create more care options for communities east of the river.
Well, turning to last week's mid-air disaster near DCA, earlier today the NTSB and the FAA briefed U.S. senators on the crash investigation. The meeting was held behind closed doors, but we caught up with Texas Senator Ted Cruz, and as he was walking out, telling reporters that a key safety system was turned off on the Black Hawk helicopter that collided with the American Airlines flight.
This was a training mission, so there was no compelling national security reason for ADSB to be turned off. I will say the NTSB, they are serious professionals. Anytime there is an aviation accident, especially one involving a loss of life, they engage in a serious and thorough investigation, as they should.
Cruz added that he wants to wait until the investigation is further in to speculate on a cause.
Meantime, we're learning more about some of the victims in the crash recently. About a week ago, Brian Ellis was a U.S. Naval Academy graduate and retired Marine Corps officer. He was on his way home to Charlottesville when the American Airlines flight crashed. DC News Now's Liberty Simmons joining us live at Reagan National Airport now with the latest on the recovery efforts and how the victims are being remembered. Good afternoon, Liberty.
And right now, crews are pulling that helicopter from the Potomac River behind me here. We're going to zoom in for you to show you the orange crane that they have been using. And the Navy Brotherhood has been in grieving that this aviation crash took one of their own. They say it's even more heartbreaking because Brian Ellis served as a helicopter pilot in the Marine Corps.
How great of a guy, a man, a father, a Marine. And I would say, of course, a patriot.
U.S. Naval Academy alum Bob Kuberski remembers his former Navy football teammate and friend, Brian Ellis.
Brian was always that calm, cool, collected presence, very steady, but always would crack a smile.
Brian was on the American Airlines flight that collided with an Army helicopter at DCA last week. NTSB recovered the plane and all 67 bodies. It is currently working to recover the Black Hawk, which is expected later this week.
Extremely ironic that Brian, was a very capable, Marine Corps helicopter aviator, and, his demise, being tied to an aircraft mishap with a helicopter. Everyone is just scratching their head, and it's just the why.
Brian attended the U.S. Naval Academy from 1989 to 1993. He leaves behind a wife and 2 sons.
Anytime we lose an alumni, it hurts, but it also, reminds us of the nature of what people do, the dangers that exist out there.
The Naval Academy Alumni Association says that Brian served 21 years in the Marine Corps and then worked for the company Deloitte in D.C. For now, live here at Reagan National Airport, Liberty Simmons, DC News Now.